In this podcast episode, Dr. Gad Saad discusses various strategies for leading a fulfilling and happy life. He begins by highlighting the importance of being out of the culture wars and focusing on one's area of expertise. Engaging in the culture wars can be mentally and emotionally draining, as it involves constant ideological battles. Dr. Saad expresses his relief in being able to discuss topics within his realm of expertise, such as positive psychology and well-being. Dr. Saad explains that happiness is often misunderstood, with many people confusing short-term pleasure and dopamine hits with long-term contentment and satisfaction. He emphasizes the importance of finding a sense of existential happiness, which involves leading a good life and having a positive outlook. He also discusses the evolutionary perspective on happiness and why humans may experience chronic existential angst and dissatisfaction. The conversation then shifts to Dr. Saad's background in evolution and the reasons why evolution would allow humans to experience unhappiness. He explains that many maladaptive behaviors, such as compulsive buying or addictive behaviors, are misfirings of adaptive mechanisms. Similarly, happiness is not a domain-general mechanism that humans actively seek, but rather a result of pursuing domain-specific computational mechanisms that lead to well-being. The discussion moves on to the importance of making key life decisions that can either lead to great misery or immense happiness. Dr. Saad highlights two crucial decisions: choosing the right life partner and finding the ideal job or profession. He explains that these decisions significantly impact one's overall happiness and well-being. When it comes to choosing a life partner, he emphasizes the importance of assortative mating, where individuals with similar foundational values and belief systems are more likely to have a successful and happy union. Similarly, finding a job that aligns with one's values and passions can greatly contribute to overall happiness. Dr. Saad also touches on the importance of relationships and the role they play in happiness and well-being. He cites research from the Harvard Adult Development Study, which shows that the quality of relationships is a greater predictor of health and happiness than cholesterol levels. He shares personal anecdotes about the positive impact his wife has had on his life, particularly in terms of his weight loss journey. The conversation then turns to the topic of sex and its relationship to happiness. Dr. Saad explains that happiness is a positional emotion, meaning that it is not enough to simply have sex, one must also have more sex than others to feel happier. This is because humans are social and hierarchical beings, constantly comparing themselves to others. Dr. Saad also mentions the importance of having a partner and the positive effects it can have on longevity and overall well-being. The podcast continues with a discussion on the potential pitfalls of workaholism and the importance of finding a balance between work and other aspects of life. Dr. Saad acknowledges that having a fulfilling job is important, but overworking can lead to regrets later in life. He emphasizes the need to prioritize relationships, leisure, and personal well-being alongside professional success. Dr. Saad emphasizes the importance of living an authentic life and pursuing one's true passions. He mentions a study by palliative nurse Ronnie Ware, who found that one of the top regrets of people on their deathbeds is not living an authentic life. Dr. Saad also discusses the concept of anticipatory regret, which involves using regret as a guide when making decisions for the future. He gives the example of Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon because he anticipated regretting not pursuing his entrepreneurial dreams in the future. Dr. Saad also shares the story of a man who pursued his dream of getting an education in his 60s and eventually earned a PhD at the age of 91 or 92. This story illustrates the idea that it is never too late to make changes and pursue one's passions. Dr. Saad then discusses the concept of happiness and how it can be influenced by different factors. He mentions the work of psychologist Barry Schwartz, who found that people can be categorized as maximizers or satisficers. Maximizers are those who constantly seek the best possible option, while satisficers are those who are content with options that meet their minimum requirements. Dr. Saad suggests that being a satisficer can lead to greater happiness, as constantly seeking perfection can be detrimental. The podcast also touches on the concept of locus of control, which refers to where individuals attribute the causality of events in their lives. Dr. Saad explains that people with an internal locus of control tend to attribute their successes and failures to their own actions, while those with an external locus of control attribute them to external factors. He mentions that having a positive attributional style can contribute to happiness and resilience. Dr. Saad also discusses the importance of letting go and not dwelling on past failures or missed opportunities. He shares a personal anecdote about his daughter no longer playing with dolls and how he had to come to terms with the fact that he couldn't change that. He emphasizes the importance of cherishing the present moment and finding happiness in the small things. In terms of interventions for happiness, Dr. Saad suggests finding the sweet spot in pursuits, avoiding perfectionism, seeking variety, and minimizing regret through anticipatory regret. He also mentions that choosing a profession that allows for creativity can lead to a sense of purpose and meaning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.